moderator.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Give up on my way home, yeah. Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Give up on my way home, yeah.
This is the moment for those who...
What we do here is go back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
I
No, we don't have a question. Damn it. It's not the way we wanted to start. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Chowder Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Chowder Mecha, and it's Mecha Army tonight, baby. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. Whatever. Let's reload those. There we go. Hey, everyone. It's Thursday, so we're a day late and a dollar short, but that doesn't matter because you're here and I'm here, and let's get on this. What a day. What a day. So I cut myself. Yeah. A couple nights ago, and it's healing. But to save you guys from seeing it, especially in Super Zoom when we're working, I had to go and get a Band-Aid. That's not great, right? Whatever. Yeah, it happens. These things happen, and bear with me, I had something in my shoe. There we go. Much better. Ay. Anyway, if you want one of these cool-ass Mecha Army t-shirts, y'all need to hit up www.chowdermecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You'll see shirts, and you'll see hats, and other cool stuff in there. Go get you some. If you are interested in the tools and materials that we are working with here tonight, there's an Amazon link just below down yonder here on the good old Twitch and YouTube, that side if you're watching on Facebook. I get a commission based off the stuff you buy. Okay? I do. But it definitely goes to help out the stream to make it better. Because we get to learn and all that fun stuff. So, go buy some stuff. Go buy a lot of stuff. Whatever you need. And if you are interested in kits, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, go hit up our good friends right down here. Adam and the USA Gundam Store crew, they definitely have what you need. And hey, you guys, just real quick, if you missed it on Monday, yes, Mecha Decals are now available for wholesale purchase. So that means if you are a store owner, you can stock Mecha Decals in your store very, very soon. But that also means if you are a customer of a local store, that means that you could go to that store and tell them, hey, I wish you guys would carry Mecha Decals. And you tell them it's super easy to do that. All you got to do is hit up USA Gundam Store right down here. It's at the bottom of their page. It's a little link that says wholesale. They put in their information. Adam gets back to them with exactly what they need. It's real simple, really simple. And yeah, they have the entire catalog, or most of the catalog from USA Gundam Store that they can stock in their own store, including Mecha Decals. It's a good deal. So if you are a customer of a local store and you want to see Mecha Decals in there, man, go hit them up. Just tell them, hey, this is a really good set of decals. Y'all should carry them. And they don't even have to be used just for Gundam. You can use them for sci-fi stuff, too. It's a plethora of things that you can use Mecha Decals on. Do I have a plethora? Hefe? I don't know. Anyway. So, Edward says, Tim wearing Mecha Army shirt, ahoy, alloy lately. A lot. Oh, a lot. I can read. He said alloy, but I get where you're coming from. There we go. So, yeah, so I cut myself. Yeah, rookie mistake. And I'll show you what I was doing here in just a minute to cause this. But the cool thing is that it was a nice new sharp NT cutter blade. So, even though it sliced me pretty good, it didn't hurt, actually, which I was surprised. It bled a good amount, but it didn't hurt. I was very, very surprised. It's healing now. There's no gore or anything, but you guys don't want to see it. Yeah. But, yeah, so it's a little tender now, just from the healing process, but it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So, Yes. Yes. Anyway, Julio says loss of blood is fucking with you. No. This was 2 days ago when I cut myself, Julio. So I am fully, completely, 100% recovered. What happened there? Anyway. 01 Shield, new quality blades are much better than stabbing yourself with discount blades. No, that is actually very true. And I found that out the hard way, you guys. I speak with experience, right? Go and get him. Go and get him. It's a great name, by the way. It's over there on Facebook, and they say, I want to see. There you go. That's all you're seeing. But thank you for watching anyways. Cheers. Go and get him. I do like that name. Just for the name alone. That's awesome. All right. So, let's turn our attention to the workbench, shall we? Because we've been talking a lot here the last couple streams. Brandon says, same thing happens to my thumb when I cut basically in half. Ow! Yeah, I didn't go that bad. Didn't even feel it until they were stitching it back together through the nail and all. Yeah, no, man, I just, ew, yuck. Oh, Brandon, your stuff is going to be here to my house on Saturday, which means I get to send it out on probably Monday. So FYI. Here we go. All right, so this is the little notorious piece that has caused the cut. This little guy right here, and let's get you super zoomed in on this, right? Because this is the detail piece that we're going to be putting, or one of the detail pieces that we're going to be putting on the side of this guy right here, right? So this little guy will go right there on the side. I think it's a good look. But let's get, like I said, let's get zoomed in. Yeah, let's get, where's the box? There's the box. The box isn't there yet. There's the box. Boom. Camera 2's been messing with me tonight, you guys. I don't know what the deal is, but it's been plenty temperamental. So we're gonna hope that it stays with us, right? So we'll see. Anyway, let's get this guy off of here. Put this little booster off to the side. So this here is the detail piece that I've made. Yeah, and let's get this kind of propped up here so you can see the nice detail and everything. So it's kind of getting blown out there, isn't it? But so basically, what this is it's a base strip of quarter millimeter thick strip that is 6.2 millimeters wide, right? On top of that is laminated a smaller plate of 6.2 millimeter wide by half millimeter thick. So this base plate right here, this end point, is 0.75 millimeters thick. Then on top of that, we glued some 1x1 strip just along those sides. And this right here is a 3.2 millimeter half round strip. And then you've got some 0.5 millimeter by 2 millimeter wide strips here on the side. And there's the good old profile of that, right? And then to finish it off, almost, we're not done with it yet, just a nice little simple box scribe right up at the top. Nice little floating notch up there. You know the drill. So that's kind of what this detail piece is going to end up looking like. Now, like I said, we're not exactly done just yet. There is one more piece that I want to add to this before calling this complete, and then what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll duplicate these here on stream, and I'll show you exactly how we did it, right? So one last thing before we move on, let me just grab the chopper here. Let's get you out of super zoom before we move on here. Yeah. One, and get the hell away from that box. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, cool. So there we go. Charchwin's over there on YouTube. He says, what is up, guys? I've been busy with my new diesel mechanic job that I haven't been able to watch the stream. Dude, congratulations on the new job. Diesel mechanic. That's nothing to sneeze at. So great job, man. Congratulations. Superset5's over there on Twitch. He says, just got home from work. What'd I miss? I cut myself 2 days ago, mind you. 2 days ago. And it's healing. So that's really the news of the day. So, really, dude, you didn't miss much. Let's put it that way. You didn't miss much. And if you're interested in hearing the details about the thumb, just rewind it later. It's not a big deal, though. All right. So we got the little chopper here, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to square off a 2mm by 0.5 millimeter strip here, yeah? And we're going to make this into one final little detail piece. Excuse me. Now, what we got to do is we got to measure. God, this is so weird operating with this this thumb wrap around my freaking finger. I don't have any sort of dexterity or anything like that through the foam and all. It's so weird. Anyway, we'll work through the pain. Yeah. So we're gonna go what? 4? Yeah, we're gonna go 4 millimeter in length on this particular strip. So let's get a few of these cut here. Yeah. And we're gonna set up the chopper. We're gonna get our little L square here. We're gonna dial that into 4 millimeters. Get the stop block bumped up against that L square. Raise it up. Take it out. And now we've got a 4 millimeter set up here, ready to go. All nice. So we're gonna cut 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the reason why we're cutting 4 of these is because we have 4 separate detail pieces that we have to work with here, 1 on each side, right? So that's what we're going to be doing here. So we've got our 4 little detail pieces right there, and now we're gonna get these and put these off to the side a little bit. And we've got to reset up our chopper here because we're gonna be doing some beveling on these pieces. Yeah. Now, first things first is to do this, we have to put the arm in the down position, completely all the way down. We've got our other little block here. This is a 45-degree angle. We bump that right up against the blade. That's important, right? And then we lock that into position. Now we've got a nice miter, 45-degree miter set in place. Now, what we need to do is we need to measure the size of that miter or that bevel or whatever you want to call it, right? Which comes on this side. So what we need to do is we need to think about how big we want this miter to be. Now I want it kind of small, so we're actually going to use a 1/4 millimeter as our distance guide. And to do that is real simple. Just get a 1/4 millimeter strip, right? Put this right up against the blade, and then slide the stop block right up against that, and you've got, well, make sure that there's no gunk on the blade to inhibit that, and then bump that right up against there, lock that down. Now you've got a nice 1/4 millimeter gap between the blade and the stop block. Now what that's going to do is going to effectively double that width, so it's going to be a 0.5 millimeter miter on your strips. So we need to get these little teeny tiny pieces mitered up here. So to do that, obviously we're not going to be able to hold that with our fingers. That would not be suggestible. That would be fucking stupid. So we got to have a little bit of a helping hand here. So a nice little bamboo skewer, my little pointer guy, that comes in handy, right? So we're going to just position this guy, get that kind of pushed up into that corner as much as possible, and then hold that right there with that, chop that down, and oh, come here, you. And now, as you can see, that corner is perfectly mitered, right? Now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing to the other side and get that operation done here. And here I'm just using my tweezers. Same thing as using the skewer. It doesn't matter, right? William Williams says, Tim, you didn't want to just close the wound with super glue. Well, you fucking read my mind, dude, because actually I did do that when I first cut it. I did use the super glue trick on it, but sadly it didn't work very well because it was bleeding too much. So, yeah. What are you going to do, right? Anyway. Alright, so pop this guy right up against that, in that corner. Chop it down. And what we have here is a nice little picket fence look there. I like it. I like it. But I don't like it enough yet. And I'll tell you why. Because it's a little too... It's a little too pointy for my tastes, right? I want it a little flatter. Just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball this guy. And we're going to keep it right here on the Northwest Shortline mat. And let's get our eyes on here, because this is going to be important. And we are just going to snip the tip. Just like that. Yeah, that's so much better. That's so much better. Yeah. That's what I like. That's what we're going for. Sometimes you got to do that, right? Because anything below 1/4 millimeter for the miter, it's just not going to come out. Plain and simple. You're just never going to get it, right? So sometimes you got to guillotine that end off a little bit. That's what we got to do, right? So with that being said, now that we've got the one here, we're going to put this on our little prototype deal. Let's get the chopper out of the way. We're going to hold that in the tweezers there for right now. And let's bring this guy back into play here. Now, what we're going to do is, because placement is key for this thing, because it is going to be going right in the center right here, right? So I don't necessarily want to use super glue for this particular process, because I want a little bit of time to properly locate this thing, adjust if needed, the whole 9 yards. So we need a little bit more time when it comes to adhesion. So what we're going to do is grab our good friend Plastic Magic, and we're going to apply that to this guy. Nice and generous with that, because it's going to cure very quickly. And right about there. That I think looks good. We'll get you zoomed in here in a few seconds so that you can see the final product. But I think, and that glare, let's get that off of there. I think that's probably going to be a little bit better for you guys. Let's see. Let's get the box. Anytime. It's taking its sweet time. Like I said, the camera 2 is acting ornery tonight, you guys. I don't know what the deal is. All right, so there we go. There is our finished prototype for this detail piece, right? So let's get you, so you can kind of see there. Yeah, that's a lot better. That looks good. It's got different heights, different shapes, different profiles, the whole 9 yard. It looks good that way. Looks good that way. Yeah, I dig it. I think the main piece that sets this whole thing off is this kind of half round right here in the middle. That you can paint like red or orange and really kind of make this particular piece just pop. Just an idea, right? Just an idea. So, Jean-Luc Rui is over there on Facebook. He says, hi, what's going on, Jean-Luc? Good to see you, buddy. Travis Gopal's over there on Facebook, too. He says, what's up? Getting into the build quick tonight, I see. Yeah, dude. It's Thursday. We missed yesterday, so we got to work. We're getting into the work. Busting it out. Kicking some ass, right? So, yeah. I think this looks good. I like this little detail part. And, like I said, we're going to put it on the side of this bad boy here. And we've already got this side already detailed out and chiseled and notched and the whole 9 yards. We've got, get the dust and stuff off of there. We've got this this particular little detail right there outline scribed, and then I also have a scribe line going up the corner of this little profile piece there, which is where this little guy is going to live. Just like that, kind of offset to one side. And I like that look, that offset look, right? It doesn't always have to be centered, guys. Remember that. So, yeah, I think that looks pretty kick-ass, to be quite honest. Now, one thing that we can also do is, since we've got this kind of nice flat little bit of area here, probably about 3 millimeters or so between this and kind of the angle drop off there, what we could do is we could put a couple straps in on this side, just kind of one here, maybe one there, just to make it look heavy and mechanical, right? Or just something else if we really wanted to. But, you know, the main thing is that don't be afraid of asymmetry, right? It doesn't, you know, they always... These pieces don't always have to fall in the middle, and they always don't have to be symmetrical with one another either, right? So keep that in mind, because that adds flavor to the look, right? Oh, look at this dude. Jimmy. Mr. Jim and Boo Jim, Mr. Gunpla Fixation. What's going on, dude? Look at it. He says, I'm just here to subscribe to the Child of Mecha. Man, get out of here. This guy. That's funny. Good stuff. What's going on, Jimmy? Mr. Originator of Gunpla Talk, you guys, for real. So, Space Rat 53 says, "What are we working on tonight, dude? We're working on this little, like I said, this little detail piece right here. Trying to detail this these little bottom of the boosters and everything. Frankly, I think this is one of, dare I say, one of the last steps we have on the Zaku, you guys." Yeah, one of the last steps. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to wrap this thing up and move on to the Gelgoog, because that's where the money maker is gonna be. You guys think this build is good, right? Got a lot of compliments on it, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying people have complimented me on the Zaku. I don't exactly know if it's warranted or not, but the Gelgoog, the Hunter, I've got so many plans for that. Julio says, "Woo, putting in that work, dude. Do you expect anything different? We always put in that work." Hell yeah. Jimmy says, sup, overwhelmed with life, my friend. Yes, because Sasaki Hendren said, sup, Jim, long time, yeah. And William Will says, the Hunter has been in the shadows for far too long. Dude, yeah, right? And Manny McDowell says, I cannot wait to see it primed. Well, you're going to have to wait a while, because I am not going to prime, paint, or anything the Zaku until the Gelgoog Hunter is completed build-wise, right? Because since they're going into somewhat of a dynamic scene, if you will. I don't want to risk ruining a paint job if they don't match up or if they don't look good together, right? So I'm going to paint all of this stuff in one fell swoop at the end of this build cycle, along with the base and everything like that. Everything needs to be mocked up. I kind of learned my lesson the hard way with the Jesta, because I painted that before I mocked it up with the parachutes and everything, and I really do kind of regret that. I wish I had the base and all that stuff finalized and ready to go before I painted. So if you're attempting a big project, man, hold off your paint until the whole thing is finalized, in position, and everything is the way that you like it, because it's going to make life so much easier on you. So yes, so this thing will not be painted for quite some time. So this thing is basically going to go in a box for many, many months, probably. So yeah, there you go. Man, look at this. Julio Nias is with us, you guys. Sir Julio of the White Claw, Mr. Influencer himself. What's going on, Julio? J1. Oh, man. So if you guys don't know, we're having Mechanism tomorrow, and it should be pretty interesting. J3. Sorry, my bad. J3. Yeah, so J3, Mr. Hulonius, said that he would be drinking White Claw tomorrow night, and so that could be a theme tomorrow. We'll see, right? We will see. Could be a theme. I'm just saying. The House of White Claw is, I think, growing in population. Not for me, because I'm a dude. But yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching, boys. Appreciate that, man. 01 Shield says, Dios with multiple suits need that proper flow. Dude, yes. I totally agree with you, man. That whole mock-up is so crucial. So crucial. And if you paint something, you're going to be afraid to properly mock that up at the end, or it's going to give you more headaches than what it's worth. I'm not into that. I'd rather just, leave everything bare plastic, mock it up in the position and everything the way that I want it to be. And then once I have that finalized, get your shots, pictures and stuff like that of exactly how it is, how you want it to look at the end. Get your paint, get your primer, get your everything else on there. Take care of that, and then wrap it up at the very end. So that's a good way to do it, in my opinion. It may not work for you. It works for me. So FYI. Manny says, Nom, House Scotch. It's not bad. It's not bad. I respect that. Even though House White Claw does technically sound more Game of Thronesy, House Scotch isn't that bad. It's not that bad. Chris Pabs is over there on Facebook. He says, what's up, all? What's going on, Chris? Good to see you, buddy. William Williams says, with all this White Claw love, does that mean we can expect little Andrew on the Mechanism stream soon? There is discussion. Let's put it that way. There is discussion happening about Lil Andrew. Stay tuned. It's the best thing I can tell you. Stay tuned. We'll see. Nothing is finalized. Anyway. Travis Gopal says, learning that lesson now. Ooh. He's got the little emoji there, so yeah. Travis knows the pain right now, you guys. Travis understands the pain. Don't succumb to that to that conundrum, right? 01 Shield says probably going to do a beach dio with the modded high grade DJ. Is it DJ? What? I don't even know. Everyone I know kind of says DJ, like, you know, like the ficka DJ, right? But I don't know. You guys tell me. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. And Gustav Karl, that I am currently working on a beach dio. Interesting. I like it. Let's see. Text says only if your crest is painted on a brown paper bag at Julio. Whoa. Hey now. Edward Leonard says Lil Andrew bartender on Mechanism. Yeah, maybe. Julionius says even if Andrew doesn't join, I will still drink in his honor. Nice. Julio says we getting drunk on Mechanism. And Tex says I thought that was a prereq. Yeah. Well, not the host. The host is ass out. What are you gonna do? Max de Guzman's over there on Facebook. He says, what we got going on here, y'all? Dude, we're talking about House White Claw, how I cut my thumb, and this little detail piece that we just kind of worked up a little bit here. So, yeah, fun stuff. Donnie, hey, Donnie's over there on Facebook. How did I miss Donnie? What's going on, D? Good to see you, buddy. Superset5 over there on Twitch, he says, I've been working on my Alex 2.0, and I can't figure out how to convert the head into a mono eye head. I'm leaning towards doing a white base / Amaro Ray custom instead of a Zeta era Alex. Interesting. An Alex with a mono eye. It could be a thing, right? Could be a thing. Max Guzman says, hey bro, how's your night? Dude, not bad. Yeah. Oh, he says, hope your thumb's okay. Yeah, well, I cut it 2 days ago, but I have a Band-Aid on here to save you guys from the gore. So, yeah, what are you going to do? Honestly, I haven't worn a Band-Aid up to this point, which is now frustrating because I have no dexterity in my thumb, and that sucks. But we work through the challenge, right? All right, so there's our detail piece, right? So let's get the hell out of super zoom, right? And get rid of the box. Goodbye, box. Let's bring all the snazzy windows back here. Here we go. Excuse me. Let's see. Brandon says hostess with the most. Yeah, well, maybe. Or the hostess with the leastest. What are you going to do? Manny says, I'll be getting ready to drive 8 hours to Ohio! Dude, what are you going to Ohio for? Like, what, to see the Browns or the Bengals? Or the Bungles? They're not real teams. Come on. Anyway, Hulu says, damn, that's a haul. Dude, that is kind of a haul. Yeah, it is. Space Traffic 3 going to snap up my Master Grade Ground GM. Then I am going to continue mod work on the Master Grade Zaku F2 Sand Rat. Love that name. Then work on my Dio base and then paint, weather, and detail to 2 units. Nice. Persistent Turtle's with us. He says super glue works real good on dem cuts. Dude, you're the second person to say it and the third person to think of it because, trust me, I tried it on here. And at the time, like, I was squeezing and I was, like, just mounding super glue on it, dude. I even like used Instaset on my damn thumb. No lie, you guys. And it still just the blood just kind of off in the sides and stuff. It wasn't pretty. And I'm wondering if I should tell you this, but I'm going to anyway. Blood mixed with super glue is a very odd thing. It just is. So, yeah. Persistent Turtle says it burns. Burns like hell. Yeah, no, it definitely burned, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's see. Ricky Paul Carson. I like that. He says, a real pro would have used a finger condom. Band-Aids are for kiddies. I don't have a finger condom. I'm sorry. If I did, I would have used that, right? Because then I at least would have had dexterity in my thumb, but we don't, so it is what it is. Actually, a real pro would have just, sacrificed it and just shown you the gore, right? What do you want? Anyway, Super Set 5. Last time I cut myself working on Gunpla, I ended up cutting my finger twice in a row in the same spot. Damn, that's like winning the lottery twice in a week or getting hit by lightning in the same place. Like, ow. Vincent Lewis is over there on YouTube. He says, "Hey, not nice. I'm a Bengals fan." Damn, dude, I'm sorry. That's okay. That's all right. Trust me, I know how it feels. I know how it feels. I'm a Ravens guy, so they've had 2 great games. I'm not expecting much this coming Sunday when they play at Kansas City. God damn. So we'll see, right? Fingers crossed. But yeah, Pat Mahomes is a beast, so I'm not hopeful. Anywho, Manny says the burn makes you feel alive, dude. It's not exactly how I was feeling. Zach says, don't they have doctors on the East Coast? What is wrong with you all? In my defense, it's not that bad. It doesn't need stitches or anything like that. It bled a lot because it was right on the tip of my thumb. And, what are you gonna do? Hulonia says liquid bandage is the way to go. Dude, yeah, no, trust me, I've tried the super glue thing, and yeah. And Tex says super glue. Yeah, I tried the super glue. I tried this. The damn glue just would not set properly because of the fucking blood. I don't know. Y'all shut up. Damn. Anyway. Persistent Turtle says, Ricky, just give him... Oh, yeah. Nah. Read before you actually read, folks. That's the lesson learned here tonight. Thank you for that, Turtle. Appreciate that, buddy. Zach Heflin's with us. He says, hey, everybody. Gumpel University says, woo, go Ravens. Lamar looking good. Dude, Lamar is looking good. He is a completely changed player from last season, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. But Flacco's looking like the same old shitty quarterback he always has been in Denver. So, sorry, Denver. Sloppy seconds. Soravan says, poor Tim has to suffer against my Chiefs. Dude, yeah. Soravan, I'm going to tell you what. I truly hope that it's a competitive game. I really do. The Chiefs are an all-around amazing team. There's no doubt about it. Mahomes is a monster. Your defense is crazy. And you got Tyreek Hill. Actually, wait, no. Wait. Isn't it? I don't think... Wait, do you have Tyreek Hill? Or did he get hurt? I forget. Anyway. Yeah, I just... I think they'll make a game of it, but I don't think we'll win. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But I think it'll be entertaining. Let's put it that way. I think it'll be entertaining. Ah, yeah, Tariq is out. Still hurt. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just like, wait a minute. Didn't he get hurt? So. Helena says, got a cut? Carterized. Oh, yeah, dude, no. Carterizing a cut is not fun. Trust me. Been there, done that. Not fun. Backstorms, he's over there on YouTube. He says, morning all. Dude. It's early morning in the UK. Early morning. Julio says JETS Jets, yeah. They're not doing too good, Julio. I'm sorry. What are you guys down to? Like your third quarterback or something like that? And I know, you guys that are not into sports, trust me, we're not going to spend all night talking about football. We'll move on here in a moment or two. You have my word, okay? You have my word. Tex says, "Go Pats, get out of here." Brady. Leone says, "Bump into a wall, cauterized. Paper cut, cauterized. You look at it the wrong way, cauterized. You see your shadow, cauterized." No, nothing. William Williams says, "I will pray for the Broncos." Dude, they need it. They need it. Persistent Turtle says, "Tim needs to zoom in on the thumb and show how to add detail." Yeah, nice. Oh, man, he says, JETS, just enough team spirit. That, that kind of hurt me. I'm not even a Jets fan. Although you do have CJ Mosley, so there you go. Who played for the Ravens last year and then left. What are you going to do? Wow. Anyway, all right, so we're moving on. Wow, Brandon Lyons sympathy team party of 2. Wow, yeah. Whew, yeah. It's kind of like Pittsburgh. Any Pittsburgh fans out there? I'm sorry. Sucks for you. You lost Le'Veon Bell. You lost AB. Now you lose Big Ben. Oh, that hurts. That hurts just a bit. And I'm just shit-talking Pittsburgh fans because I'm a Baltimore fan. That's what we do, right? And I'm sure they do the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot, and I would totally expect that. But anyway, we're moving on from football, right? Julio says, LMFAO, that was deep, right? Oh, that was a deep cut. Hasaki says, "That's no cut. That is a blood scribe detail on the thumb." Whew, yeah, boy. You hurt me deep, Manny. Yeah, well. Talk to the Jets because they hurt you first. Oh, man. All right, so let's move on. Let's get this thing duplicated, shall we, guys? All right, so over yonder, right here, this one is the finished product. This is the kind of template that we are using. So let's get you. Damn it. Fucking Band-Aid, man. Excuse me. So what we have here, you guys, and let me get this kind of to an angle so you can see it in the shadows here, and let me get my big old, my big old casted thumb away from here. So like I said, what we have here is the base is a 6.3 wide by 0.5 millimeter thick strip, right? And then we have a 0.5 millimeter thick by 6.3, so matched diameter. This is just a little thicker on top of there, and then we've got some 1 millimeter by 0.5 millimeter strips on either side, so it kind of makes this nice little cutout here, right? So that's what we're going to be working with here tonight. We're going to be duplicating our efforts from this guy onto here, and we're going to show you step by step how to do that. Okay, so first things first. We need to get the 1x1 excuse me, set up here first. So 1x1, what I mean by that is this here. It's 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter. So essentially this is a square plastic rod, right? So what we need to do is we need to take some measurements off of this guy here. If I can actually hold it in my big paw thumb here. And what we're looking at is 8 millimeter. So we need an 8 millimeter long 1x1. So we're going to get the chopper pulled back into position here. This right here. We don't need the miter. We do need this. We need to release that. And now we're going to get our nice little L square here. We're going to get this lined up at 8 millimeters, right about there. Get that stop block locked into place. Pull that L square out. Now we're ready to go on this 1x1. Yeah. square that up first, get that out of the way, and then 1, and then 2. And we're only going to be working with 1 set tonight, right? Simply because it's going to take time to duplicate all the others, and I don't want to waste your time here. I want to show you how this works. All right, so we've got our 2 little 1x1s there. We've got our base plate here. Now, one important thing that we do need to accomplish before we move on is to make sure that this surface here is nice and flat. So to do that, we're just going to get this nice little sanding block here, and we're just going to run that over it just a little bit, nothing crazy, because we don't want to remove material. We just want to make sure the transition between these 1mm strips and the main upper strip is completely seamless, right? So now if we look back over to this guy here, and I'm trying to hold this with my middle finger and my index finger so I can avoid using my my retard thumb. We see that there's a miter on each side, right? We're going to do that here after we get them actually glued into place, because that's actually going to be a lot easier. But to do all of that, let's get these situated in such a way that it's nice and square. Just like that. All right, so I am going to bring in my little 1, 2, 3 blocks here, and we're going to elevate that on here so I can actually view this a little bit better. There we go. Now we don't have as much glare for you guys, right? So that's a good thing. Zero Kai's with us. He says, oh boy, the power went out. That's not fun. Excuse me. All right. So we're going to use a combination of the Bob Smith Industries glue and also a combination of Plastic Magic. And I'll tell you why as we move along in this process, because both have kind of their pros and cons when it comes to making this particular type of detail, right? Sometimes you need a little bit more time to kind of properly position these pieces. Other times you just want really, really quick adhesion. And for these little 1x1s, that's what we're going for, quick adhesion. So we're going to use the Bob Smith Industries super glue here. So I'm just going to kind of get that applied right there to the end. And we're going to move some of these pieces off to the side. And then what we're going to do, spin this guy around here and just ever so carefully position that right along the edge as best as you can. Now you got a little bit of time to work with this here and position it properly, but not a ton, so act quickly. Make sure that this is nicely squared up with that end. And that's why the 1, 2, 3 block is really, really nice to have in your arsenal, is because when you're positioning something like this, you can actually, basically run this right along the 1, 2, 3 block, and that super glue is not going to adhere to it nearly as well as it adheres to the plastic. So that's actually a really good thing to have. So there's that piece there. Let's get our second 1 little millimeter piece here. I'm going to try to keep the visors out of the way so you guys can actually see. And get that right there. I think that orientation is good. Now what I'm seeing here, and the reason why I wanted this oriented in a different way, is that when this strip is cut in the factory, right, it's usually cut on like a bandsaw type of apparatus, and you can see it on the sides, especially in the 1 millimeter thick strips. You can kind of see the striations from the saw, and you can kind of see that on these 1x1s, pretty apparently when you're right up on them. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see them on camera, even at super zoom, style levels. But I can see it, and I want to avoid any weird texture and stuff like that. So that's why I'm turning these to the side and having the flat surfaces on the top and the bottom. The sides will get blended in, sanded down, all of that stuff. So that's not nearly as important. All right. So now we'll spin this guy back around. Oh, don't slip, don't slip. That looks good. Located very nicely. Turn that over, press those two pieces down to make sure that's properly adhered. And then that's what you got. You've got two nice side walls, right? William Williams says, quick adhesion, that is not what your thumb said the other day. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Julio Ponte says, Tim of House Retard Thumb. It doesn't have quite the ring of House White Claw, I'll be honest. Tim of House Hodor. Now that has a ring to it. Hodor. Beckstorm says, I'm going to watch from bed. My sleep's a little screwed after I pulled an all-nighter to finish building my Master Grade Advanced Hazel plus her doo-doo. Such a weird name. But what are you going to do? Zach Heflin says, damn, I needed to get a cutter. Dude, you do. And the good thing is that they're coming back in stock slowly but surely. And I think they'll be fully in stock come October from what the Northwest Shortline Facebook page said. They had just posted something, shoot, I think it was the other day, from someone named Holly. Don't know who that is. But, excuse me. But from what she had posted on there, they are in the process. Excuse me, I got a lot of crap right here. It's just, I don't know if I'm getting sick or what, but it sucks. But from what she said, they are working on revamping the website, the Northwest Shortline website, thankfully, because it needed it. And then also getting production cycles back up and running for their tools and other products and stuff like that. So that's a really, really good thing for us, right? Zach Heflin says, is my profile picture defaulted or is it a photo? Could somebody tell me? Zach, your icon there is just a default orange head. Just, yeah, it is defaulted. YouTube doesn't like the picture that you're trying to post. Womp womp. So that's, man, that's a good thing. Northwest Shortline back in business, gearing back up to bring back the stuff we love, right? Yeah. Excuse me. Brandon says, just a heads up, Hobby Lobby now is carrying a small selection of Evergreen. Best thing is you can use 40% off coupon on them. Look at that. I wonder if they limit it to like one thing, like one individual item. I don't know. I don't have a Hobby Lobby around me at all, so even if I did, I don't even know if I'd shop there, but because fuck them. But anyway, it could be a good deal, right? I don't know. So, Zach says, well, I can't figure out how to get the damn thing to change. Nice. Chris Pabs over there on Facebook says, Hobby Lobby started selling Evergreen, then stopped selling to Mia. What's up with that? Huh. Weird. Space Rafty 3, I mentioned that on the previous stream, Brandon. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, I don't have a Hobby Lobby around me, so I got no dog in that hunt. Yes, it's one coupon per item, but I literally have used it multiple times by just getting back in line. Nice. Well, I mean, if you're gonna go thrifty shopping, just go thrifty shopping, right? Get back in line. Catch it. Hey, what are you doing? Separate order. What? All right. Whoa. I knocked the camera with the visor. Anyway, moving on. All right, so what we got here, we've got the two walls built up on these sides. That's looking really good. Let's start working on this 3.2 millimeter half round. Now, what we've got here is, this is the half round, right? Now, for those of you guys that don't know, that's what the half round looks like. It's literally half of a circle, a semicircular strip of plastic. That's what we're working with here. That's what we got. Now, when you guys get this from Evergreen, now you're going to see, and right there you can kind of see it. It's a little concaved here, right? Meaning these edges are a little bit higher than the middle part is. So that could be a problem, right? And you can see it there in the cross section. It's a little concaved right here, right? So what I do is I take either a hobby knife or ceramic scraper or whatever, and just scrape the bottom nice and flat, right? So like you saw on the other side of this strip, it's concaved. There you can see it's nice and flat right there. So keep that in mind. That's important. That's important. Now what we're going to do is we are going to just kind of pop this right in here. Just place that right there ever so carefully. And actually we're gonna get the chopper out here, and we're going to even this end up, because it is not evened up at all. There we go. That's looking much better. Alright, so yeah, see that looks much more square. Much more square. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, let's get this thing properly measured here. What's the length of this thing need to be? This needs to be a little over 6 millimeters. Okay? So, lucky us, if we need something a little over 6 millimeters, all we got to do is get our 6.3 millimeter strip and use that as a measuring guide. Boom. Super easy, right? So now we'll bring in, we got to make sure that the flat edge is in here, and pop the piece just like that. Whoops. Get the chopper out of here, bring this guy back into position, and now what we can do is just see if that fits. It should be overhanged a little bit, and that's good. That's what we want, right? Because we need to be able to set this and glue this into place. So that's good. That's exactly how we want things to be. All right, so we'll move this off here. Stab this guy right at the end, because that's going to be either cut off, sanded, filed down, whatever. So, and we're going to get our plastic magic out here, because we need to be able to position this thing appropriately. And we're going to just slather that guy up there. And then pop this into position, just like that. Now, to properly center this, we're going to get a scrap piece of 0.5 millimeter plate. This is just a little template that I used for the back skirts, and we're going to just kind of run this right up against the sides of this piece, and that will definitely center this right into that gap, right? Be good if it was on camera. There we go. There we go. So, that's now properly centered. We're happy with that, right? Now the next thing that we have to do is we need to do these little kind of winglets here. right? These little guys just on the, you can see them there in profile, these little doohickeys right here, right? And they're on the inside directly next to the little half round there. So that's what we're going to do coming up next. And to do that, what we need, where did it go? We need a 2mm by 0.5 millimeter strip. And let's see if we can find that here, because I just had it. There it is. I think that's it. Yep, that's the one. All right, cool. So what we're going to do, now this, even though it's beveled, whoop, there we go. Even though it's beveled on both sides, this strip actually runs the entire length of this gap here between the half round and the 1mm, right? So that's what we're gonna be working on next here. Before we do that though, we should probably trim the end just a wee bit, just to make sure that we've got proper measurements and everything. So let's get this trimmed up a bit here, shall we? Just pop your knife right up at the edge of that 1mm half, or that 1mm by 1mm, and then just cut down, just guillotine that thing. And it should be good, yeah. We'll come back and we'll clean that up here at the very end once the glue is set and everything. So it's not super important to do that right this second. But what is important is to get these strips. Now, since these are the same length as the half round, and we've already set our chopper for that 6.3 measurement, all we got to do is just bring this guy back into frame and make a couple cuts. Pretty simple. So 1 and 2. There we go. Now we've got our little winglets cut, our little cutlets, whatever. So now what we are needing to do is to miter these before we put them in, right? Because once they go in, once they get glued down, you'll never be able to get all the way down into to cut that properly, right? So let's get our eyes. Let's get our eyes pulled down here, and we're just going to eyeball this, just like that. Just like that. Now, we're going to match these up here to see how close we are. And that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. We're going to just trim just a wee bit back here on this one. But now they are properly matched up and looking good. Now, to get everything, all the miters matched up, very, very simple. Watch this. We know that these two angles are perfectly matched because we just set them on top of each other and chopped them in the same motion, right? So all you got to do to get one of these ends matched up with that angle is flip this guy over, set it right on top of there, right? Line these up as best as you possibly can. Let's make sure we're on camera here. And I'm going to try to keep the visor out of the way, but I can't guarantee you anything. Come on, you. All right, so there. That's lined up pretty good. And then we just set our knife right up against the angle, chop down, and now you have two matching angles on each side. Simple. Simple stuff. We don't know what that angle is. No idea. but we know we just matched it. Think smarter, not harder, you guys, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing to this other side. We're going to pop this guy on top of here. And these two angles should be perfectly matched, right? Get the super glue residue off of the tweezers here. And we're going to just kind of squeeze these two together. And you can see there, right about there, you can kind of see the shadow there a little bit. Those angles are completely symmetrical. Completely symmetrical. Easy, easy stuff. Once you know how to do it, obviously. So now, we're going to do the same thing to this other side. And there we have two, what should be mirror pieces, right? Let's line these up here and let's focus. There it goes. All right. So now what we should have is two completely mirrored pieces. So check this out. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we did the trick, right? Not bad. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. So two completely mirrored pieces of strip at an angle, which we don't know what the angle is, but we know that these pieces are completely mirrored because of the technique we just used. Cheers to that. Guys, it's simple stuff like this that's going to make your workflow so much better, so much quicker, and so much more accurate, right? Save these little tricks, this little type of thing. Save that in your mental Rolodex and use it when you need it. All right. So now we've got these little winglets, cutlets, whatever. And we're going to need to pop these in on both sides of this guy right here. Now, before we can do that, we need to make sure that the gap between the 1 millimeter 1x1 wall and the half round is exactly, or at very least, 0.5 millimeter wide. Now, to do that, we're going to get our 0.5 millimeter chisel, and we're going to run this between this 0.5 millimeter or this half round and the 1 millimeter wall, right? That looks good. That looks really good too. Just make sure all the glue squeeze out and everything like that's out of there. Clean that little gap up in between there. And we should be good to go. Now, we're going to test that with a scrap piece here real quick. Good. Perfect. Perfect. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to pop that over there. We're going to bring the block back into camera. And so now, we got to pick up our little winglets here. Now, what we're not going to do is try to drop them, but what we are going to try to do is we're going to place these in dry, and I'll show you here why in just a second, right? We're just going to pop those in there, just raw dog, just right in there dry. And we'll see in just a second here. This guy right up against the wall. Come on now. Okay. All right, so that looks good. Now, these are in here completely dry. They can fall out at any time, right? So we don't want that. So what we're going to do, just like using panel lining fluid, we're going to get our plastic magic, and we're going to just dribble it right along the sides here. And that capillary action is going to do all the work for us. All right? That's going to glue that sucker right into place, and it's never going to move. Never, ever, ever, ever. It'll be afraid to move. Seriously. Alright, and then make sure this is positioned right up against that 1x1 wall on either side, just to make it look good. And then, just to even out the height, turn that over, press that down, and now we've got that look that we're trying to go for, right? We've got that bottom half. That's getting super close. Let's kind of position this in the shadow so you can see the details a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. And it's not really working all that well. Yeah, there you go. So that bottom half is very, very close to one another at this point, you guys, right? So we're getting there. We're getting really, really close. Now, the next thing we have to do is we're going to need to let this glue set just a little bit before we move on. So the next step is actually doing the scribing, right? So we got to scribe our little box shape in there. Now, to do that, obviously, we're going to be using panel line, panel lining jigs, right? Or scribing jigs. The main one that we're going to be using is the 1mm. And then we're going to need its big brother here. We're going to need the 2mm for that floating notch there as well. So let's first start with, set these off to the sides there. And we're going to do this right up against the edge of the 1, 2, 3 block, right? We're going to set our scribing jig right up against the edge of this. We're going to lift that up just a bit, and we're going to pop that little detail piece right underneath of that scribing jig, and we're going to hold everything tight in place like that, right? Now, not like that. Goddamn Band-Aid. Can't wait to take this thing off. Christ, it's so annoying. All right, so we're going to use the back edge of our hobby knife just to kind of mark the top line, right? We're not doing anything but just marking it, right? We're just going to leave a little indentation there. That can sand out. It's not a big deal at this point. But that visually marks, and I know you guys can't see it on camera because contrast, but that's going to visually give us a visual representation of where we need to stop our scribe line, right? Because we're going to do the sides first, and then we're going to move into the top, and that's where we're going to finish off the box. So, to do this, let's see, we're going to get our good old friend 0.15, right? Our normal panel lining chisel for 1/100 and up. We're going to get our 1mm scribing jig. Again, we're going to set that right up against the wall of this thing. So here, let me show you kind of what I mean, right? Just like that, right up against the corner there. So this thing can slide right along there, right? It's not going to move. But what we're going to do, let me show you kind of in profile here. We're going to position this thing up just a little bit, slide this guy underneath, and make sure everything's nice and even now, right? So that's what we're going to do. And that's why I wanted to mark the top line, because I needed to know where to stop my scribing, right? So that's why we wanted to mark the top of the line. Now, the main thing is, and the hardest thing is, to hold this thing into place with your frickin' Hodor thumb here. So we're going to try as best as we really can to do this. Now, since this, since these outer walls here are 1x1, and we're using a 1mm scribing jig, your scribe line will actually go down past the scribing jig into just the inside of this 1x1 wall and come all the way up, and it'll be hopefully seamless at that point, right? So that's what we're going to attempt to do. Now, I'm sure the visor will get in the way. I will show you this here momentarily, but bear with me here, okay? Because this does take a bit of precision here. But let's see, are we in the way? Oh, miraculously, I don't think I am in the way. Imagine that, okay. So we're going to start down here. We're going to scribe up. And for this, I'm just kind of using a simple sketching style stroke here. Just short little strokes just to get the scribe line started, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, I've got to turn this, and I've got to see what exactly I'm doing here. And now I'm probably in the way. Yeah, I am. Sorry about that, you guys. But it's a needed thing, because I don't want to overshoot the top of the box, right? And now I've got the scribe line started. Now I can come back and deepen it out, really establish that line. There we go. So let's see if we can see this. Oh yeah, you can see that pretty good, yeah. There's that in the shadow. Oh, there we go. Kind of in that shadow there. Let's see. Maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, the scribe line's there. Trust me on that, right? Trust me on that. Brandon says, we need to buy Tim an HD pen cam to attach to his Optivisor for these close-up shots. Damn, that actually is not a bad idea. I wonder if they have something like that. That could be interesting. I might have to look into that. I don't know how we would get it into OBS, though. That'd be the only thing. That'd be the only thing. I don't know if you guys remembered when we tried to use the phone as a like a third camera, but that didn't go over well. That slowed the stream down to like nothing, right? So I wish that worked, and I've been trying to get it to work, but for some reason it just shits the bed every time. So I don't know. I'd have to, you know what? I'll have to look into that. That gives me some ideas. It definitely does. Good on you, Brandon. Nice. I like that idea. I do. I do. All right. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's check the time. 11:28. Not bad. Not bad. We are going to get this thing done tonight, you guys. That's awesome, by the way. All right. So we're looking good there on camera. This should be the easier side, honestly, because I can start from the top line and I can scribe down into it. But holding it is a little trickier. See? And it slid. But that's okay because we might have already... Nope, we need to work it a little bit more because it's not established just yet. It's a little easier to scribe, a little harder to hold. That's the thing. William says, are we talking about adding camera 3 to the show? Yeah, dude, camera 3, man. That'd be awesome, I think. Especially for these tight, these tight shots where the visor gets in the way and everything, right? Because, number one, I need to be able to see what the hell I'm doing to do it properly for you guys. But then the conundrum is the visor gets in the way and then you can't see anyway. Then we're all SOL, right? But what are you going to do? We slog on. All right. So let's let's do this. Let's do something a little out of the ordinary. All right, so real quick, BSI, Bob Smith Industries, just super glue, right? Just a little dab of super glue. We don't even need that much, right? Get most of that off of there, just a little bit, right? And so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this guy right up against there, just like that. Ooh, get down there. And now that is a little bit more secure to where hopefully I don't have to hold it with all, you know, with my other fingers and everything. It's not terribly secure, but it's hopefully secure enough to where, but it's not lined up. Yeah, shit, screw it. That's a shitty idea. Anyway, we tried. So we're gonna have to hold it, try to hold it with our fingers here. Get the chisel down in there. Okay. I think we got that line established now. Let's see. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this guy around and start to clear out all the schmutz that we just scribed into that edge there. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. And this, you know, this is a minor detail piece, even though we're putting a lot of work into it. It's going to be really an afterthought type of detail piece. But the thing is is that these little detail pieces, these ones that you put a lot of work into that are actually just kind of afterthoughts that most people will pass over and not notice, man, even though they visually and mentally don't per se see them, it it completes the overall look, right? That is crucial. The overall aesthetic of something, right? Because think of it this way, you guys. Look at this. Here's what I mean. You look at this piece right here, right? Nicely chiseled and scribed, and it's got some notches and stuff like that. That's all looking really, really good on here, right? But then you flip it over and it's just plain Jane on this side. Like, that, there's nothing there. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you finish that off? Why wouldn't you complete the look around the sides, right? You've got some decent scribing over here, just a simple box scribe. That's all you really need, because this is the back side. And then you've got a little bit of plating here on the side here, but then you got nothing here. Like, why not? Right? So these are the types of things that you gotta think about when it comes to overall aesthetics and balancing out your details, right? So keep that in mind. Mental Rolodex. All right, so back to this thing. We've got the two side lines established. Those are good to go. Now we just have to connect the two up at the top. This is a little bit easier because really it's just connecting the two lines. All right. Okay, just like that. Excellent. Now, as with any scribe, as with any box scribe, we need to clean up these corners very carefully. All right, very carefully. Okay. Now, this is a little bit more difficult to scribe this piece simply because of its size. Getting a firm handhold on this thing is not exactly the easiest thing in the world, so it makes scribing challenging, right? Because it's not complex scribing that we're doing on this piece. It's just simply so small, it's just, you know, it's hard to get a hold of. All right. So there we've got we've got our box scribed in, right? You can see it a little bit there. That'll wake you up in the morning, won't it? All right. So now the last thing to do in terms of scribing is to get the floating notch put in, right? So to do that, we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to line this up right along with the top. We're going to put our 2mm scribing jig right up against the top here and position that piece just underneath of that, right up against the back edge of this stop block. Now, excuse me, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using .60, one of my new favorites here, like I had said previously, to scribe in. You know what? This is getting to be a pain in the ass. There we go. Now I can see past the frickin' corner of the damn Band-Aid here. Perfect. That's what we like. And look, I didn't cut myself either. Let's see. Bless you, bless you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Uh-oh, Scuffle's with us. He says, why not? Because Steve Jobs doesn't like seams or details or gadgets that aren't white. I don't even know what that means, but it's funny. Jesus. Alright. So now that we've got the corner of the Band-Aid cut off, I can actually see what the hell I'm doing, which is important. Alright. So now, let's see. We're going to go about a half, maybe 3/4 of a millimeter from the side, right? And then we'll mark the other side, and now we have a natural stop there. So now we can scribe all the way up to that and be fairly safe. Get the excess material out of there so you don't ramp it up. Something like this is definitely precision style scribing and notching here. Now, if you just noticed, I just turned the chisel over a bit and I'm pushing. Sometimes you got to do that, right? Scientific studies show that sometimes it be like that. Okay. Anyway, so we've got our notch pretty much scribed in here. We're just going to clean this bad boy up here a little bit. Okay, spin around. Get it from the other side. Nice and even. Bada boom, bada bang. And there we go. Okay. So there, there is our scribing on this little part, right? So we've got just a couple more steps to do, and then we're done, you guys. What's time? Time check. 11:40. Yeah, we're definitely getting this thing done tonight. Absolutely 100%. So first things first, what we got to do, excuse me, is to get our little mitery thing, the little middle detail, right? So we need to miter the corners on that. So we're going to pull our friend, the chopper, back into place here. We're going to get this set back up for mitering. So we're going to get the 45-degree block butted up right against the blade, and then we've got to adjust the stop block. We need a 1/4 millimeter strip in there, and I think, yep, that's 1/4 millimeter right there. Use that as our gauge. Lock that into place, pull that out, and now this whole setup is ready to go to miter these corners. Now, got our little piece there. Lift up the arm and then position that in place with tweezers or a little poker or whatever we want to use. And then hold that in place there. Chop that down. And there you've got a mitered corner, right? Now what we do is flip that sucker around there. Get that other corner out of there. Do the same thing to the other side. Just like that. Now, we've got our little fence post here, which is a lot sharper than what we want. So if you remember from the top of the show, we kind of snipped the tip a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin this chopper around. I'm going to get that bad boy right down here, more in camera. And then we're just going to take our little hobby knife and we're going to eyeball this. We're just going to go right off across the top. And now that's a little bit more in line with what I wanted aesthetically, right? So now what we're going to do is excuse me, grab those with the tweezers, get the chopper out of the way, get our plastic magic back in frame here. And let's see. Edward says, don't cut your finger. Yeah, well. We're going to slather that back with plastic magic and then position this hopefully centered right there in that detail. But if not, we got a little bit of time to locate that and to position it. That is definitely off center, so push this over just a bit. Just like that. Excuse me. And now we've got a nice nice centered piece. Now we're gonna drop a little bit of plastic magic right there between that half round and that detail piece that we just laid in there. All right, so second from last step. Sorry, didn't mean to tease you guys. We need to kind of clean up this whole thing, right? So we need to clean up this back edge here. So to do that, we're gonna take our sanding block. We're just gonna give that a nice quick sanding here and just kind of square all these pieces together. Just like that. Yeah, that looks good. We're going to do the same thing to all sides because we haven't done that as of yet. So good. Good. And last edge right here at the top. All right. That's all evened up all the way around. Completely even, right? Very last thing that we have to do is to miter the 1x1s that we had placed in very first. So to do that, hobby knife, we're going to eyeball it here. Yes, I'm not going to try to cut myself either. Well, try anyway. I'm not going to try. Just like that. Just like that. All right. And then we do the same thing to the front edges here. These are a little simpler. Boom. And there we go. All right. And now, you can see there in profile that those 1x1s are now mitered. And man, that's looking pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at the comparison shots from prototype to the mass-produced type, yeah? Franco says, uh-oh, looks like I missed some carnage. No. This was 2 nights ago, buddy. But thank you anyway. All right. So let's see here. Let's get super zoomed in. Get the box going. Give it 5 minutes to pop up. There. Oh, it popped up quick. And here we are. Let's get all the good windows back into place. All right. So if you guys remember, yeah, that's not bad, right? So this here is the prototype. This here is the mass-produced type, if you will. And that's pretty damned close. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's get rid of this guy here, and let's just look at the details and the profile and everything of this piece right here. And there you can kind of see the differences, the differences in height. And all the nice little details and stuff like that in there. You can see the scribe lines with the notch and all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. All right. Let's get a super zoom. Yeah. Boom. All right, so now we have 2 matching details. Let's set them in place, shall we? Here we go. Henry says, nicely done. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, dude. All right, so like I said, what we're going to do, and we've got both of these pieces down here outline scribed, so those are good to go. And we've got the scribe in here right along this inside corner on both sides. So that all of that stuff is actually good to go to place, right? Now, big thing is height should be perfect. Yep, and it is. Awesome. Okay, so now what we got to do is get our plastic magic in place. And then we're going to grab this guy right here by that. That's going to make it so much easier. First things first, though, you know what? We're going to scuff up the underside so this adheres a little bit better. So, little 400 grit here. Just scuffing up the underside, making that nice and scratchy, so that when we apply glue to this, plastic magic, it'll dissolve real nice, catching all those nice little scratches and everything, and just provide a much stronger adhesion overall because of the melting and everything. So that's what we got going on here. So where's the cap? Yep, here we go. Boop. Chisel discipline. All right. First one. We're going to slather the hell out of this, you guys. Because this glue cures pretty damned quick. And we want that to have enough time to activate and to start the melting process, the dissolving process, right? Now, one other thing is you don't want to butt this detail right up against that piece because we've made that scribe line. We don't want that to disappear, right? And same thing over here. We don't want that to disappear. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our 0.2 millimeter chisel as an alignment guide. Run that right along there. Run that light right along there. Now we know that this piece is 0.2 millimeters away from this edge and 0.2 millimeters up away from this piece. Now it's properly aligned, so we're good. All right? So this thing is ready to go. And that, my friends, is a nicely little finished detail there. I like it. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side, and then we're going to put this bad boy back together, and we're going to get the overall picture. Oh God, Freddy's here. Freddy, go away. No, Freddy, how are you? Freddy's got that horror plot thing going on. And he just extended the deadline. Freddy, what did you extend it to? SCGMC? I think he did. Like November 9th, 10th, something like that. November 10th, day after SCGMC. Dude, you should have had it the day of SCGMC, though, so people could just bring their shit in and get it judged like that. Just my suggestion, anyways. Who am I? That's good there. And that's good there. All right, so. All right, boys and girls. Here is the true moment of truth, how this thing comes together. Just like that. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And then there's the tank. Ooh, look at that profile. Look at that. That's nice right there. Kind of that downward sweeping kind of A look, right? I do like that. I do like it. Oh, God. Who let this guy in? It's Andrew. Oh, hey, finally had time to pop in. LOL. Armida says, well, that's my cue to leave. Wow. Freddy, and I was not drinking White Claws. How dare you, sir? If you're uncomfortable by the situation, leave. Wow. Oh, I dare, William Wilm says. Look, everybody, it's Lil Andrew of House White Claw. So, Andrew, since you're on, let's go camera one, because this is something that I think we need. Andrew, I'm speaking directly to you. We've talked. And damn it, Freddy, stop it. And we want you to be on Mechanism tomorrow, Andrew. What say you, sir? Sir White Claw. Come on, Mechanism with us. Let's go. We're waiting for his answer. What the? Come on. Pass. Don't be a pussy. Come on. He's not watching any. Dude, he's right there. He says, I'm going to a bar tomorrow night. Dude, come on. What's going to be more fun? Hanging out with us or going to a freaking bar where nobody likes you? Come on. Got a date tomorrow night. No, your hand doesn't count. Stop it. Jeez. Come on. Freddy says, you're going on Mechanism and you're going to like it. Right? And Tex says, Mia says, you know they don't have White Claws at bars, right? Right. And Andrew says, with a chick? He says, I do actually. Yeah, what's his name? Freddy says, you look like a child. There is no date tomorrow. Wow. Brandon says, LOL, I even could have told you he wouldn't make it on. Yeah. Oh, Armina's like, you sure she's not your babysitter? Wow. Sydney. That's a good guy. That's a good guy name, right? Right? Isn't there, like, Armida, isn't there a Sydney, isn't there a hockey player named Sydney? Sydney, fuck, I don't know. Sidney Crosby or some shit like that. I don't know hockey. She knows hockey. Anyway, William Williams, just because you put lipstick on your hand doesn't make it Crosby. Okay, cool. I was right. Sidney Crosby. There you go. Yeah. So that's a dude's name, Andrew. Sydney is a dude's name. Don't tell us you're going out with a dude. And you thought it was think it's a chick. I mean, if you swing that way, it doesn't matter. I'm good with that. But tell us the truth at least. We won't judge you. Much. Pacton over there on YouTube, he must be counting on someone getting an alien out of Area 51 tonight. Woo! Julio says, LMFAO, leave Andrew alone. The Make-A-Wish Foundation went hard to get him a date. Oh man, come on now. That's rough. That's rough. Brandon says, hey, Sydney is not a guy's name. That's my daughter's name. I'm sorry, Brandon. Our apologies. If it was Camille, it would be so much funnier. Oh, man. Little Andrew, come on. You just tell Sydney that you're going to be fashionably late. Right? And you'll hit her up at midnight or whatever. Come on. It's going to be so much fun. Come on, Mechanism, with us tomorrow. If you have to blame it on somebody, blame it on me. Tell Sydney to call me. I will explain the entire situation. Midnight is past his curfew. Yeah. He's like, nah. Andrew, you pussy. Come on. You know you want to. You've been asking for it for so long. And now here's your chance and you're going to fuck it up? Come on, dude. Hey, seriously, Andrew, tell Sydney to call me tomorrow. I'll explain the entire situation, and you'll be on Mechanism tomorrow. We'll expect you. Don't worry. I will smooth the entire thing out for you. Okay? Easy. It's easy. Freddy says this is his only chance, right? Andrew says, I really haven't asked. LOL. I blame Chris. Well, the recorded footage would beg to differ. Gunplay Miami Chris, he says, it'll be a White Claw edition episode, right? Look, and Freddy says, after I voted him to get the invite. It's on record now, you guys. It's on record. Look at it. He says, nah, I'd rather blow my chance. What, with Sydney? He won't mind. Don't worry about it. You tell him to call me, and trust me, I'll let him know exactly what's going on. And that this is a big deal for you. He'll understand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Andrew says, show me the footage. Yeah, come on. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to read that one. Not even going to read that one. That one's harsh. Whew. Haha. Andrew says, with mechanism, LOL. Uh-huh. Alright. Well, what's your favorite White Claw, Andrew? Let us know at least that. So we can have a toast in your honor. While you're with Sydney tomorrow. You know what's funny? I would almost place money on the fact that he'll be watching tomorrow. While he's at the bar with this dude, Sydney. I'd bet money on it. Save the robots, beer is life. Whatever. Sydney flavored White Claw. Andrew says, we can. Let me see which one he was drinking. Raspberry, text says. Nice. Let's make that bet. Yeah. Freddie says Andrew is getting catfish tomorrow. Oh, big time. Yeah. 100%. Okay, so real quick, Andrew, tell us more about this Sydney person. Is he a nice guy? Like, tell us. Tell us what he's like. Why are you attracted to Sydney? He says, I am SRS. Serious. LMA shows up instead of Sydney. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Never in a million. Manny says, someone is excited. Whoa, yeah. Andrew says he is a she. We need proof of this, I think. So, you know what, Andrew? This is the thing. So tomorrow, when you're with Sydney, what we need is a picture of you and him together, to prove that you're actually on a date. Post it on your Facebook account. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be good. Julio says, I'm glad you're going out tomorrow night, Andrew. I hope you don't get super drunk and embarrass yourself. Well, I mean, I think that goes without question, right? I don't know. Oh, shit. Gunboy Miami Chris says, Sydney is a manager at the White Claw factory. Whoo. Whoo, boy. See, don't you miss this, Andrew? Come on now. This is fun. We're having fun. It'd be better if you were drunk, honestly, and just typing in gibberish and then blacking out and passing out and whatever. That would be more fun, but I'm just saying. Oh, damn. Julio says, remember, you bring your booster seat. Established dominance early. Wow. Manny says, all jokes aside, I hope you have fun, Andrew. Yeah. I think I reluctantly agree. Have fun with Sydney. I think you two will make a wonderful couple. He's a lucky guy. Andrew, the White Claw shortage isn't that bad yet. Wow. Go get some, Andrew. Andrew says, thank you. Yeah, well. Ooh. Armida says, remember not to put out on the first date, Andrew. Have some standards. Yeah. William says, Andrew, show Sydney you are the bigger man and pay for the night. Yeah. Hell yeah. Be a gentleman. You're not going Dutch, are you, Andrew? Please tell me you're not. Like, if you're serious about this, don't do that. That would be bad. Andrew drinks White Claw. What standards? Wow, Freddie. With the jabs. Andrew, I think you need to come on with us tomorrow night just to tell us about Sydney. Or better yet, why not? And this, I think, is a really great idea. Andrew, come on with us when Sydney's with you. You can both be on, so we can ask him questions. I think that would be amazing. And then Sydney can see what kind of a big deal that you are in kind of the hobby community. You know, you're like a special guest on a talk show. Like, come on, that'll get you points, right? Let's go. He says, yeah, nah, that's not happening. He says, you can send me the link, and I'm still not going. He says, yeah, no. Man, she doesn't know. Why not? Dude, you tell her that shit up front and be like, what's up, girl? I'm a big deal. Even though I'm not a big deal, I'm a big deal. Oh, man. Yeah, right. William says, show Sydney you're YouTube famous. Andrew, come on. That's easy. Julio says he's hiding his Gunpla, LMFAO. Yeah, no, don't do that, man. Don't, Andrew, don't do that. Be proud of your hobby, man. Be proud of it. Let your freak flag fly, as they say. Come on. With the 31 watches. That's 31 just on YouTube, buddy. We're on Twitch and Facebook, bud. Come on. Yeah, exactly. Armida says, show her your Bluefin's #1 fan badge. Oh, she'll slide right out of her seat. Come on. The fact that she doesn't know about your hobby perplexes me, Andrew. Okay, so Sydney, has she actually been to your dorm room or whatever, or the place that you stay while you're at school? Has she been there? Let's establish that. We need these facts. We need these tidbits of information to help you out tomorrow night on your date with him. Speaking of that badge, wear my shirt, Fredward. Okay, so yes, he says that Sydney has been to his room. Okay. All right. Oh, and Brandon, that's actually a very good establishing question. Brandon wants to know, is this a first date, Andrew, or an established ongoing relationship? What tell us. I mean, it says, oh my God, I don't think I need to know about girls in Andrew's dorm room. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is a first date, but she's been to your room. Julio says, leave the roofies at home, Andrew. I agree. Although, maybe that may be his only shot at this, Julio. Who knows? All right, so this is interesting. Okay, so this person, Sydney, he's been to your room. So he's seen kind of the state of your room. You don't have Gunpla or anything like that, or any kind of geeky stuff in your room? Is that not a thing, Andrew? Let us know. Freddie says first and last. Wow. Armida says, what was this? The drive-in buy? Man, everybody's got the hard hitters tonight, man. Andrew says, no, I don't. Okay, so, wow. So you're hiding it from all your friends. Andrew, don't do that, man. You got to be proud of this shit, dude. Freddie says, don't whip out your Gunpla. Yeah. I mean, she's going to find out one way or another, right? If this becomes serious. You got to explain that. My friends know she doesn't. Don't start your relationship on a lie, Andrew. Don't do that. It's sadness after that. Because she may think you're cool, and then find out that you play with fucking toys and be like, out. More like I just didn't say. Andrew, it's the same goddamn thing. Yes, and I know, we're doing relationship talk with Tim. Hey, I don't care. This is Andrew. We're having fun with this shit. So we're going to continue on with this. This is entertaining. Text says, well, he needs something to talk about on a date. Exactly. Talk about your Gunpla. Right? Lying by omission is still lying. Yeah. Yeah. Andrew says, or Brandon says, how old are you, Andrew? Y'all are hella nosy. Dude, you're the one who offered up the information. And continuing to offer up said information. Nosy. Hendren says, this is educational. Yeah, for Andrew, right? Armida says, you're the one who came in trying to flex on a date, right? Yeah. No, exactly. I agree. That's because because I'm declining mechanism. Well, there's your first mistake right there. Freddie says, it's not going to end up like that couple on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where he was just like, hey, you want to see my robots? And then it actually ended up him showing her his robots. It was weird. But yeah, that ain't going to be it, Andrew. I'm sorry, buddy. That's a 1 in a million fairy tale there, son. All right, so, Andrew, so we've established that this is a first date. Where wait. You're taking her to a bar? Just a bar, like a normal bar. Is that the end of this? Is that the one location that you are bringing this person? No. Okay, so tell us the plan. Okay, dinner, then a bar. Okay, so what kind of dinner, Andrew? Where are you taking her for dinner? Just chilling. Christ. Tex. Yeah, what are you wearing, right? Okay, where are you taking her to dinner, Andrew? Please let us know. Because we can judge this, and we can help you with suggestions. Believe it or not, we actually have your best interest in mind. Even though we're fucking with you. He's going to wear Crocs and holy shit. With a pop collar and everything. Alright, so, come on, Andrew. Where are you taking her? Basketball shorts. Yeah, right. So far, sounds like a second date. I rather not. Okay, so okay. You don't need to tell us the exact place. What type of place are you taking her, Andrew? Tell us that. Is it Italian? Is it French? American cuisine? Tex-Mex? Whatever. Just let us know. Don't worry about it. No, we are kind of worried about it. Come on. Tex says, don't wear a suit. Yeah, well. I'm imagining he's gonna sport a blue button-up. Yeah. Julio says, hard-soled shoes, my guy. At least a button-down. Khaki, dress slacks, brown shoes. I mean, if you're gonna go right. You know, like, come on. Andrew's getting mad. Andrew, don't get mad. He says I'm not. That's good. So tell us what type of restaurant that you're taking this person to, Andrew. Come on. Don't be a prude. You're among friends here. We don't know this Sydney person. We can't tell him what you're going to do. He says, but I'm about to go off every detail. Okay. I'm not about to go off every detail. Okay. English, Andrew, that would be step number 1. But we don't need every single detail. We just need to establish the plans for the night and get a clearer picture in our heads to help you with sealing the deal. That's what we're trying to do here, son. Come on. Freddie says cargo. Yeah. That's definitely get in the car date. Oh, yeah. Make sure your car smells good. Right, Julio? Manny says, nah, he's taking her to the dorm room, Netflix and chill, talk about his huge Gundam collection. Then when she's about to leave, say, let's go to the bar. Yeah, right? Andrew says, my car is clean. Well, thank heaven for that, right? Freddie says, make her some drugs, little fizz. Jesus, don't do that. It's bad. Wow. All right, so come on, Andrew. Tell us what type of restaurant that you're taking her to. Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with us knowing the type of restaurant. Let's go. Come on. Freddie says some of that blue meth. It's the good. Mr. White? Japanese. Okay, so you're taking her to a Japanese restaurant. Excellent choice, I think. Little something for everybody. Good. Tech says, you weeb. No, I think that's a good choice. I think that's a good choice, right? Because number one, you can establish if they like sushi or not, right? That's an important thing, especially if you're someone who does like sushi, right? Because you need to get the established boundaries for sushi consumption, right? Or if they kind of go off script and they go for the Chinese menu that every Japanese place normally has, right? Which isn't always the greatest, right? So, if she does that, she seems picky. Could be a red flag. I'm just saying. But if she goes deep end and she goes full on sushi, you might have a keeper. I'm just saying. Andrew says, Christ. William says, get that sushi and sake flowing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? And they're going to the bar afterwards, so there's plenty of time. Freddie says, oh, well, Japanese spots over here don't have a Chinese menu. Well, then you just don't have good Japanese spots over there, Freddie. I'm sorry about your luck, buddy. Julio says sushi equals freak. No, it doesn't. It's just the sushi menu. Simply because this is the train of thought. The sushi is usually on the more expensive side of things, right? So if she's not afraid to say, order from that particular menu, and she feels comfortable with you, that's a good thing. Andrew says, I like how I got on in this stream prolonged. Yeah, well, because it's important to us, Andrew. Your well-being and this date of yours is meaningful. All right, so we've established that. And Andrew, are you picking her up, or are you meeting someplace? Let us know, because that's important too. Very important. Actually, one of the most important parts. Let us know. Are you picking her up, or are you meeting her? Come on. Don't be stingy. Oh, are you meeting her? You're meeting her someplace, aren't you? I'm going to leave it up to your imagination. No, come on. Don't do that. You're meeting her someplace, aren't you? You're meeting her. That's an instant red flag, Andrew. I'm sorry. Sure. Come on. Armida says, have you carried her books before? He says, if that's what you think. Yeah. Julio says, have you held her hand? Nice. No, come on, Andrew. Are you meeting her someplace or are you picking her up? Seriously. Because this is important. And I will explain why after you tell me what the deal is. Come on. Give up the info. Let's go. We're trying to help you here, man. We're trying to make sure you don't end up in the friend zone. Ricardo. So we're Maverick. Her. What's going on, Ricardo? You know, this is a cycle. But is it? We're trying to assist. Come on, man. Give us something to work with here. We will help you. He says, come play Miami Chris. He says, Tim, he might already be in the friend zone. Well, that's the thing that we're trying to avoid, right? Yeah. Armida says, I feel like I'm getting a slice of life Andrew anime love arc right now. Yeah, well, hey, we're trying to help out our boy, right? Manny says, a cycle as in bi-cycle. Yeah, right. Julio says, it's like a dating sim. For real. Ooh, Freddie asks a good question. Is this a blind date? No, it can't be a blind date, Freddie, because she's already been to his dorm room. Who knows what they did in there? Yeah, exactly, Julio. Tim, real question, is she real or sex doll? Wow. Whew. Armida says, yo, for real, what are you wearing? Yeah, Andrew, come on. You gotta pimp it out. But seriously, we need to know first, or at least I need to know first. Are you picking her up or are you meeting her somewhere? Andrew, don't dick around with this, man. Come on. This is important information and we're trying to assist you here. Because we want to help you. He says, text your imagination is what I'll be wearing. I'll leave it to your ideas. Man, come on, don't do that. Ricardo Silver Maverick. She's after your P Bandai. Don't let her in your life, right? Good call. Julio says mom won't let her borrow the car. Whoa. Dicking around is a strong word. Come on. Andrew, stop playing around here. Or stop dicking around and whatever. And come on, give us the details, man. Like, this is important. and he keeps going through this cycle, you guys. He says, yeah, blame Tex for not letting me take the car. Whatever you say. Andrew, come on. You're skirting around the topic here. This is not how friends treat other friends. All right? We're trying to help you legitimately. What let me know. Are you meeting her or are you picking her up, man? Because from what it seems, and this is me, from what it seems, just by reading your reactions, it seems like you're meeting her someplace. One-way ticket to the friend zone, man. Don't do that. You pick her up. You pick her up. You drive to her house and you pick her up. I'll be like, yo, I'm going to pick you up at 8. Do that. Easy. Come on, Andrew. God damn it. Julio says, Andrew putting up that front. Yeah, big time. Big wall right here in front of Andrew. I think he's afraid to let us know the details. That's what it's seeming like. Am I the only one thinking that? Come on, Andrew. She's probably a better builder than this entire chat already. See? Stop being defensive, Andrew. Stop. Let us in and let us help you. This is good information from experienced people. Come on. Damn it. William says, I think we will see Andrew on Mechanism and he will tell us he punked us. Or she punked him. Julio says she needs to be that caliber to suffice. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you. Armida says, yo, let me send her an invite to Gumpa Girl Gang. I'll help you out. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that needs to happen. Yeah, if she's already a better builder, boom, Gumpa Girl Gang's the place for her. Simple. It's a really good call. Really good call. Andrew says, yeah, no, GGG got nothing. Come on. Most of those girls are better than you, Andrew. Let's go. Let's be real about this here now. Tech says, I can wingman the shit out of her for you. For real. Andrew, come on, man. Stop being a pussy. Just let us know. Freddy says, oh, she builds? Looks like Andrew did whip out his Gunpla. But sadly, it was 144, not the full 100 or 160 as she was expecting. Womp womp. Andrew says, thanks, but I don't tell. I need my mom on my dates. I don't think I need my fucking abbreviations. Whatever. Anyway, he says, so Tim, what are you building? I'm trying to build your confidence in tomorrow's debacle of a date, it seems like already, Andrew. That's what I'm building here. So, come on, give me more details, man. I'm trying to help you, legitimately. You mean he showed Sydney his SD. Whew, hey now. Zing. All right. Come on, Andrew. One last chance here. He says, nah, I have the confidence of this community. But do you really? I don't know. He says, egotistical. Whatever. Andrew, come on, man. Tech says, yo, what the fuck you trying to say? Right? Get him, Armida. I think he was bashing Gumpa Girl Gang, if I'm not mistaken there, you guys. That's not a good call. That is not a good call whatsoever. Julio says that we all full of ourselves. Yeah. Seems like Andrew's a little bit full of himself right now, but we're trying to help you, buddy. Come on. Help us help you. Come on. Help us help you. Okay, well, Andrew, okay. So we've established that you're meeting her, probably at this Japanese restaurant. Sorry. Japanese restaurant first. Cool. Then to a bar. This is the problem with the bar situation, Andrew. You're walking into a minefield. Yeah. Because chances are it's going to be a college bar, because you're at fucking college. And there's going to be other dudes there. Dudes that, I hate to say it, are probably going to have more going for them. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to tell you that. That could be a minefield. I'm just saying. It might not be a good pick. Because you get drunk off White Claw, 20 minutes later she's walking out the bar with some other dude. Think about it. He says, I haven't been to a bar and gotten drunk in a long time. We're trying to help you navigate this dating thing here, Andrew. We are trying to legitimately help you and give you pointers based off of experience. Tex says, he's right, you know. I am right. Yeah, Freddy says, Andrew activated hard mode. Big time. See, okay, now, this begs the question, Andrew. This begs the question here. Did you make the plans? Or did she make the plans? That's important. That's important. Because this is the thing, Andrew. This is the thing. If you made the plans, then that's one thing. You've got your strategy, however that may be. But if she made the plans, then she's got her strategy. And if she made the plans to meet you at the Japanese restaurant and then to go to a bar, which can potentially be an absolute landmine, that says to me that she's not exactly comfortable with being alone with you. Sorry, buddy, but that's friend zone material. Just saying, I don't think it's gonna work out. Not the way that you're planning it. I just don't think so. Tech says, I bet you she did. I just think it'd be cute if you pick her up and you have flowers. Yeah, it'd be kind of nice, right? Traditional. William says, are you sure this isn't a study date? Yeah, right? Nice. Oh. Andrew says, you think whatever, boo-boo. Hey, now. And then Tex says, call me boo-boo and leave with one, Andy. Whoa. Fighting words. Andrew says, y'all hella nosy. Dude, and we're trying to help you here, buddy. Like, for real, we're trying to help you. We're having fun with it, but we're trying to legitimately help you. But you're not letting us. Gert McDirt says, ooh, yeah, that's the reality for sure. I mean, yeah. Like, come on. Andrew says, thanks, but no thanks. LOL. All right, Andrew. He says, this ain't therapy. No, this ain't therapy. This is just advice. He says, this is a robot live stream. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes we shoot the shit. Sometimes we talk about dumb shit. Like now. Sometimes we try to help each other out, right? Look at him. He said, like, so that Zaku. Don't try to change the family. Or just, listen, the family. I read, Julio says, this is hashtag Mecha Family. I saw that and I whatever. Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject. All right? Tex says, I just want to watch my boy spread his wings. Right? Exactly. We want to see you do good, Andrew. We want to see you find love. Good, Julio said, good, pure, wholesome love. Yeah. Like God, what is it? Like a, fuck. What's his name? No, like a Norman Rockwell painting. Good old wholesome love. Come on. Look at that. He says, can't change the subject. It said, whatever, man. No, you can't change the subject because we're on this subject. We're on you and Sydney going on a date tomorrow. Missing mechanism. Like, how dare you? But if we get to help you, then we'll make the exception for you. Like, come on. So, folks watching, this is what we've established. Based off of a little speculation, let's be fair, and based off of some of what Andrew has told us. So he is going on a date with purportedly a female named Sydney. We are assuming that they are meeting at a Japanese restaurant, right? And then they are continuing after dinner to go to a bar which could potentially be a college bar, mind you, right? And then after that, that's going to be the big question. That's going to be the big question of the evening. How does Andrew, how does he seal the deal? Or can he? Right? Or can he? Chris is with us. Squee says a little speculation. LMAO. All speculation. I mean, we're reading between the lines here, Chris, based off of what Andrew has told us a little bit. And, you know, it's fun to speculate sometimes. But he has told us Sydney. He has told us Japanese restaurant. And he has told us going to the bar. Now, what he's not told us is whether or not he made the plans or she made the plans, or whether they were kind of a joint effort, which then in that case she made the plans. And then what he's also not told us and established is whether he is picking her up or whether they're meeting. Now, the one thing and the reason why I'm saying and speculating that they are meeting is because he was too afraid to tell us whether he was meeting her or picking her up. If he was picking her up, then there's no shame in that. But if he was meeting her, that's a red flag. Now, the big question, Andrew, how are you gonna end the night? What say you, Andrew? How are we gonna end the night? Come on, tell us. Let's see here. Let's get caught up with the chat. Rico Paul Carlson says someone will be going home and surfing porn. Any bet takers? Yeah. Julio says I got 5 on it with an awkward kind of hug. You think he's gonna get that far, huh? I like the confidence, Julio. I really do. Respect. Oh, man. Let's see. Manny said he hopes you have fun. There you go. Sure, however you think is best. Come on, Andrew. See, he's just dicking with us. He's dicking around. He's being coy. He doesn't realize that we're trying to assist him here. Even though we're fucking with him. Yeah, it's a granted tactic. But legitimately, we are trying to help you here, buddy. Even though we give you a lot of shit, you are one of us, right? Just like Freddy. We give Freddy a lot of shit, but he's one of us at the end of the day, right? So come on, man. Help us help you. Come on, Jerry Maguire style. Let's go. Come on. William says it'll end with a missed high five. Wow. Andrew says, sure, however you think is best. Man, come on. There needs to be some established goals set for the night, Andrew. Come on now. All right. So, with that being said, let's say this. All right, Andrew. Here you go. Let me give you a good outline of how you should have taken this, right? Number one. You need to go pick her up. I don't care what hell or high water that you have to do, you need to pick her up. Plain and simple. You need to pick her up. Number 2. Go to the Japanese restaurant. Pay for it all. Say, you get what you want. We got this. Don't get drunk, Freddie says. It's a great precursor rule. He says also be polite and be a gentleman. Absolutely. But have some fucking confidence in yourself. Have a little swag. Just a little. Not overbearing. Just a little confidence. Just a bit of hubris. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be a dick. Let her order what she wants. Or just be like, hey, would you like me to order for you? Waiter comes over. I'll order for the lady. Done deal. Like, come on. That's some real gentleman type shit, Andrew. Come on now. That's some highfalutin, like, English gentleman shit. Let's go. You can do that. I have confidence in you. Now, the whole while, you're dressed to the nines. You're dressed to the nines. Like a nice kind of button down, yeah? Maybe solid. Black to button, like a black button down. Maybe some jeans. Nice jeans, though. Nice jeans. And some good shoes, right? Nice, but not too nice. Okay? Nice, but not too nice. You don't want to look like you're trying too hard, right? But you want to definitely be seen as making an effort, right? Like, come on. He says, I'm going to take her out on a prom date. Whatever. So, let her order whatever she wants off the menu. Pay for it. Be a gentleman. Be like, you know what, I got this. And, god damn it, Andrew, this is the fucking important thing. When you go to pay that bill, you tip big. You fucking tip big. At least 25%. I don't give a shit what that bill is. It could be $250. You tip big. You absolutely do it. You tip cash. Whatever. You know what? I think, Julio, that doesn't really matter too much anymore. But you tip big. Because that right there establishes the kind of man that you really are. That money is for 5-star stories monies. Look at this little fucker, man. Come on. You fucking tip big. And I'm going to tell you that right now. You tip big. Because that is, like I said, that establishes the kind of man that you are. Because this is the listen to me, Andrew. This is the train of thought. If you tip big, you show gratitude for the services rendered. That establishes that you're a pretty thoughtful person. And let's be honest, we all should be doing that anyway, right? We probably should. It's just a good thing to do. I try. Except when I receive really bad service, then it's just like, fuck you. You're getting 10%. Sorry about your luck. Now, we've established all of that. Now we're getting into the bar. The danger zone, Andrew. This is the danger zone. But it can be avoided. I'm telling you, it can absolutely be avoided. Because you don't want to go to a bar. Not a good first date scenario. Unless it's like a fancy bar, right? Like a cocktail bar or something like that. Something that's really nice. Not like a fucking college dive. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Go to a nice bar. For real. A really nice bar. Like that has a fucking dress code, right? Like, go to that type of bar. Chances are, you won't walk into the minefield like you would in a college bar, where some fucking Chad across the bar is going to come up to Sydney and be like, yo, what's going on, girl? You don't do that. And then his friend Kyle's going to come along and he's going to bump you out of the way and just be like, hey, what's going on? My friend Chad, she's really into you, right? You know that's going to happen. So, during dinner, you call an audible. You say, hey, look, I was thinking, why don't we go to this bar down the way? It's a really nice, classy place, kind of a cocktail bar, or like Tex says, wine bar, whatever, lounge, something like that, right? And just be like, you know what, I think it would be a little bit more, a little bit more laid back, a little bit more chill. We have time to talk. Like, come on. Like, Andrew, that's real gentleman, real fucking man shit. I'm telling you right now. That's real man shit. Don't get this shit twisted. That's real man shit. Now, you take Sydney to the lounge, or bar, whatever, highfalutin place, yeah? You just sit back and you just chill. You talk to her, right? The whole 9 yards. Don't try to get her drunk. That's not a good thing. It's not a good look. And then after, right? You gotta take it one step at a time, right? If she's into you, she's gonna be into you. If she's not into you, then there ain't gonna fucking cut your losses, right? But still be a gentleman. Still be a gentleman. So after that, Andrew, no, don't do that. Don't get her drunk. Bad. Bad, Andrew. You little fucker. So, after all that's said and done, then, hell, whatever after that, right? Go for a walk, you know? Is there like a, I don't know, is there like a cool, like, urban lake or something like that with walkway, like lidded walkways and stuff where people go, or someplace like that, or whatever, right? Just someplace cool that, you know, alone time. You're just walking along, just chilling. Romantic. Motherfucker, romantic. Yeah. So, Tech says, this already sounds like a college date. I mean, whatever. Andrew, don't listen to Tim. What, motherfucker? Absolutely listen to me. Come on. This is good. This is good shit. This is gentleman shit. Real man shit. Don't do that. What Andrew's setting up is a fucking college date. Come on. If she doesn't respect White Claw, leave her. Wow. Okay. Anyway. So, Andrew. You know, moonlight. The whole 9 yards. It's going to be a nice night tomorrow. A little chilly, right? A little chilly. So, bring a jacket. Bring a light jacket, right? She gets cold, you give her your jacket, the whole 9 yards. Gentleman shit. Okay? And then after that, you drive her home. Who knows? Who knows? You take a chance. Or you just pussy out and be Andrew. That right there, little Andrew, that should be the outline. Basic outline. It's up to you, man. Give the chick the jacket. Oh boy, is this a Disney movie. Motherfucker, that's gentleman shit. That's real man. Come on now. It doesn't have to be Disney. That's how a real fucking man does it. Come on now. Yeah. It's fucking right, Julio. He says it's going to be a long, lonely existence, my guy. Seriously. These little shits nowadays, man, they don't know fucking anything about being a gentleman or what William said here. He says, damn, Andrew, you never want to get late. Chivalry is dead. No. And that's the thing, man. Don't forget the chivalry, guys. It's important. Real important. And Andrew, this is, I think, might be the most important tip I can give you. Treat her like she's the only one in the room. Yeah. Go for it. That right there, Andrew, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Andrew says, so guys, am I going on Mechanism tomorrow? Can I have the link? Yeah, I mean, I'll send you the link. Because from the sounds of it, you're going to crash and burn tomorrow night. Because you're not thinking like a man, you're thinking like a kid. Come on, man. This ain't no Sadie Hawkins fucking dance. Let's go. Hulu says, we don't know anything about her, though. She might not be worth the attention. Yeah, I mean, this could be friend zone shit. You know? This could be. This could be totally friend zone shit. But here's to hoping for little Andrew's sake. What are you going to do? All right, you know what? We're done. Andrew, Tex says, are there still Sadie Hawkins dances? Honestly, that's a really good question. I don't even know. I just remember back in the day. William Wilm says she could be a Snooki. Whew. Let's hope not. Andrew says, yeah, and we can go dancing and then talk all night like little schoolgirls. Yeah, Freddie says he's thinking with a little A. Yeah. Goddamn. Craig Flynn's over there on Facebook. He says, popping in to say hi before I jump on my next flight. Sup? Dude, Craig, we're trying to help little Andrew over here with his date tomorrow night because he's not going to be a mechanism even though we offered it to him. So we are trying our damnedest to help him out here. So I highly recommend, once you get to your destination, Craig, rewind this back probably a good hour, right? It's from the end of the stream, at least. And it's been fun. Let's put it that way. So, but hey, travel safe, Flynn. Julio says, you never felt like a little girl, Andrew. He probably feels that way all the time, right? Come on now. But dude, Andrew, we're just trying to help you, buddy. Be a fucking gentleman. Be a man. Come on. Take some fucking initiative. Do it. But again, the key, little Andrew, treat her like she's the only one in the room. That, I think, is probably going to be the most important thing. Just saying. And that I'm actually not fucking with you on. That's very, very important. Yeah. Andrew says, sure, what's that? Is that a stereotypical Disney prince? Dude, you don't have to be a stereotype. You just be a gentleman. Like, come on. What's wrong with you? Anyway, I'm done trying to help this kid, you guys. It's late. It's almost 1 o'clock. I gotta get to the fucking gym. Fuck this. He is a lost cause. I have expended my energy tonight on him with zero confidence in his ability. So, we're gonna cut it off. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, and Freddie says that. Yeah, Andrew, just don't be a dick and you'll be good. It's pretty damn simple, right? Pretty damn simple. Anyway, Andrew says 52 minutes. Yeah, we started a little bit before midnight, Andrew. You came in a little bit before that, so probably about an hour. But, hey, thanks for playing, right? Anyway, all right, you guys. So, tomorrow night is Mechanism, probably without Andrew. But who knows, right? But seriously, if you want one of these cool-ass Mecha Army shirts, hit up www.shadowmecha.com. Store button up at the top. You will find shirts and hats and all sorts of other cool stuff in there. If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we are working with here tonight, outside of the relationship advice that we have tried to give Andrew, there's a little Amazon link just below here on YouTube and Twitch. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, I get a little bit of commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it goes to help out the stream, so come on and buy a lot. If you're in need of model kits and paints, accessories, and all that good stuff, and especially these Mecha Decals back here, which are now available for wholesale purchase, recommend them to your local hobby store. Hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will have what you need. All right, so let's see. So tomorrow night is Mechanism. Next week is going to be a bit of a question mark. Tuesday, I'm having the remaining 3 of my wisdom teeth taken out. So Monday will be normal, but then after that, it's going to be a huge question mark, you guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I may be laid up for all of next week after Tuesday, but we'll see, right? Either way, watch the social medias. If I have to cancel, you'll know about it. So anyway, we'll be back here tomorrow night. Come on back, hang out with us, probably without Andrew. Because he's definitely going to crash and burn on this date tomorrow night because he doesn't know how to be a man. That's cool though. We get it, Andrew. You'll grow up sometime, maybe. Anyway, all right, guys. So with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow night. Have an awesome day tomorrow. Build something cool. Be safe out there. See you guys.